Cancer, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So, Cancer, in today's reading, I'm going to give you one card from the Denise Linn Oracle card, and in the other card, I'm going to give you a new Oracle card from Josephine Waugh. It's beautiful, beautiful cards. All right, so, and then I'm going to do a reading and then clarify it. I also wanted to tell you guys or let you guys know that I do have a group, Facebook group, and it is called Tarot with Joanna. If you guys want to join it or see, every Wednesday I am doing a live, whether it's on Zoom, and I am also doing it with a good friend of mine. She is also a psychic, so also has a lot of good. She's a very good reader. So if you are interested in it or want to see it or want to be part of it or just come to visit, I appreciate it. All right, so let's do this. Take what resonates with you, Cancer, and leave this and leave the rest. This is for Cancer for the highest good. Oh, okay. You have navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. Wow, that's nice. So really follow what you want to do. Like really just go for it, you know. Go for wherever. Be adventurous. Do something out of the box. That is nice. I like that. I like that a lot. And then this one says, one card for Cancer for their highest good. This is for Cancer. One card for Cancer. Oh. They say, practice compassion. See things from a fresh perspective. Wow. Oh, this is a beautiful card. So definitely, really have compassion in your heart, regardless of anything. If there's anything that you need, have compassion in your heart. Have compassion and forgiveness. See things from a different view is what they're saying. Fresh perspective. Wow. Nice. Love it. Love it. All right. So, Cancer, do what you need to, take what you, sorry, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. I was going to say do what you need to do. That's crazy. Because I'm hearing that right now. All right, here we go. One card for the current. Nice. One for the situation. One for the past or now. One for the what's hidden. For the hopes and fears. One for what you need to do now, what you need to work on, and the outcome. Wow. And at the end of the tarot deck, you do have the Six of Swords here. The Six of Swords is talking about leaving something behind, which I feel like you did. I feel like you're leaving something behind, or you already did. I do feel like you're going to start feeling better. I feel like you need to start taking care of your health a lot more also. Wow. Okay. So you do start off with the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is talking about like receiving money, you could be also be getting very, like helping others, being generous, stuff like that. We'll see what the other cards say. You do have the Three of Pentacles here for the situation. They want you to start working on something, trying to create something. Maybe you could collaborate with somebody or have some kind of partnership. I do feel like you are definitely recognized for all the hard work that you're doing rather. You have the Three of Cups here for the past or now. I do believe it's now. I feel like you have a lot of support around you. I also feel that there's celebration, getting together with people, like togetherness, so it's nice. You do have the King of Cups up here. The King of Cups is talking about, trying to keep your emotions very balanced. Try to keep everything balanced. Don't get frustrated or angry at anybody that hasn't done you wrong or did anything to you. Okay, really keep your emotions really balanced. Okay, don't get upset at others that, because you're having a bad day. You have the Five of Cups down here for the hopes and fears, and I feel like you have a lot of regret for a lot of things that have been happening in your life. I feel like you're not really looking at everything, all the good that has happened to you, but you're looking at everything that you've been through and you've gone through, and the disappointments that you've gone through also. And I feel like you really need to leave that. Okay, try your best to leave that because it's not very good for you. You know, you just need to look at what's ahead, what's in the moment. You have the Three of Swords here for the Three of Swords, and you know you're hurt. You're hurt by a lot of things that have been going on. You know, very emotional. You know, you're just feeling it, but you've been hurt. You know, of somehow, some kind of way. We'll see. And you're looking at everything with the Seven of Pentacles and what you need to work on. You know, you need to look at everything. Look at all the accomplishments, everything you've done. You know, just look at everything, and you know how much you have come up. You know, and you haven't, you know, because you're still in this mode right here for some reason. I don't know why, but it's. I feel like you're reviewing, like you're wanting to review everything. Like, oh, I've done this, I've done that, you know, and they're asking you to do that. Um, you have the Queen of the Wands here. You know, don't let anybody steal your light. Don't let anybody steal your joy. You know, they do their own thing. You know, they want to be a little potty faced, and let them be potty faced. You know, do not don't let anybody steal your light. You know, but find your courage and your strength to keep going, and be true to yourself, your authentic self. And stop caring so much about what anybody or anything they're doing. Okay, it doesn't matter. You need to do for you, for yourself. And like I said, with the Six of Swords, you're definitely leaving something behind, or you have left something behind. So, and I feel like you're really needing to, you're going to start feeling better. That was a message for somebody. All right. So here we go. Here we go. Um, Cancer, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Cancer. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Six of Pentacles. Why is the Six of Pentacles here for Cancer? Oh my card. Wow, look at that. That is beautiful. So you do have the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles is saying that, you know, you're very giving, very generous with your time, your money. You know, you give. You don't hesitate to give, and that's beautiful. The sun is shining on you. Good times are here. Good things are coming in. Thinking positive. You know, having that sunlight on you. You know, thinking. You know, feeling good about things, which is very nice. I love that. You know, think positive in everything that's going on in your life. You also have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is talking about being grateful, being content, seeing the accomplishments that you have been through, everything, and you know you're like doing what you set out to do, and you're doing it, and you've done it, you know, and it's here, you know, so it's nice. I feel also too that there could be some kind of wish fulfillment, like something that you really wanted is coming in. Also feel like be very grateful for everything. Okay. You have the Three of Pentacles here. And why is the Three of Pentacles here for this situation? Oh, my card. Okay. So you do have the Three of Pentacles. You start off with the Three of Pentacles, and I feel like you're wanting to create something better for the future, something better, you know, that will bring in what you want, you know. I feel like you're being recognized for all the hard work that you've been doing, whether you're working or just in general, somebody around you or some people around you are recognizing all your hard efforts that you're doing. I feel like you're collaborating, you're coming up with ideas, you're doing your own thing, which is very nice. You could also be, you know, busy. You could also be very busy working on something also, you know, which is very nice also. Um, and it's going to pay off. Your hard work, it will pay off. I feel like you need to really keep your emotions balanced. You know, try not to get angry at anybody, because you do have this card, this King of Cups twice. You know, he feels everything. He feels people's emotions, but he feels a lot too. You know, don't get angry at people. Don't get frustrated that nothing's coming in, because it's in divine timing. Remember that. And you also have the Knight of Pentacles here for the situation, and they're asking you to really have patience for things, okay? Go with the flow, let everything come in. Also, too, like, you know, if you're trying to work on anything or create anything, or you're busy, try not to take any shortcuts on anything, okay? Because it's not good, okay? I also feel like there's traveling here, like you're going to other places. I feel like you really need to go, just have patience, really be calm and have patience for everything that's going on. Wow. You have the Three of Cups here. The Three of Cups is talking about that you do have a lot of support from your friends and your family. You also have togetherness. I feel like their celebration here is coming in very soon for you. For you, like you're gonna start being happy. You're gonna be doing something different, doing things. So it's nice. You have the King of Cups here. Why is the King of Cups here? One more card. Wow. Oh, nice. Okay, so with the King of Cups, you also have the King of Swords here, so it's nice. Really start focusing on things, okay, guys? Really start focusing. You know, you're very strong-willed. You know how to handle things. You know how to make decisions also. You know, you don't let nothing affect you, you know, and really try to keep your emotions balanced is what they're saying, you know. You feel everything, you're seeing everything, but keep your emotions calm and patient and have patience for everything. Okay? Really focus. Try not to be stubborn. Try not to be stubborn, you know, and like letting things get to you, you know. Let it go. Just let it go and just keep going forward. Just focus on what you need to do. Okay? I feel also too with the with the Ace of Cups here. That's crazy. Okay. With the Ace of Cups here, I feel like you need to have compassion and forgiveness. And then didn't we just talk about that? That's crazy. Practice compassion. That is crazy. Thank you, spirit guides. Really have compassion and forgiveness for everything that's going on in your life. You know, it doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter what happened in the past or what anybody did. Really, just have that compassion. Okay, really have that compassion, that forgiveness. You know, push forward. I feel like you have a lot of like you're feeling a lot. I feel like there could be somebody also new coming in. I feel like I just want you to open your heart, like open your heart more, is what they're saying. You know, you may be grateful, and you may be like very generous and stuff, but sometimes you know we don't have that compassion and forgiveness, you know, like we should. And they're asking you to really open your heart. You know, really see things differently, you know, especially when you're with other people. Like somebody has gotten you mad, and this is coming out also. You know, somebody has made you so mad, you know, that you know you don't ever want to talk to them again, right? You're frustrated, you're done with it, you're done, you know. But they're asking you to look at things differently and really have that compassion and forgiveness in your heart. Wow. You have the Five of Cups down here for the hopes and fears, and Wise of Cups. Wow, look at that. One more card. Wow. Okay. So, you know, you do have the Five of Cups here. You know, the Five of Cups. You know, you look at her. She's looking at things leaving her place. You know, she's looking at everything out there. She's just not focusing, not focusing on anything that's around her. You know, the ship, the cup that's still standing up over here. You know, the cup in her hand that's nice and warm and full. You know, she's just not really there. She's disappointed in a lot, and that's you. Whether you're male or female, you're very disappointed. There's something that hasn't turned out the way you wanted to. You know, maybe it's hard for you to let go. Maybe it's hard for you to trust somebody, because I also feel like you've been hurt. You've seen it, and you've been hurt by a lot, and it's like almost as if you've taken off that blindfold and you're really seeing through people or whoever it is that's around you, because you feel the hurt. You know, you've been emotional. You're just like seeing it. They're asking you that leave that behind. Try to leave that behind as hard as much as you can, because I know it's hard to say it than do it. I mean, it's hard to do it than say it is what I mean, but you need to try, okay? Because that is a lot here, because you have it here twice. The 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 emotions, the sadness, you know, it could be some kind of grief also that you're going through. But you know, it takes time. All that takes time. Don't rush yourself, but really try your best to leave that regret or disappointment, okay, the hurt. You do have also the Page of Swords here. Page of Swords is talking about, you know, see the truth in everything, okay? Really see the truth in everything before you start jumping to conclusions, or jumping into things, or really see things differently. They're asking you to really communicate better, to maybe communicate a more clear in what you want to do and what you want to get. Like when you're talking to people, really start communicating better. I do feel like you're wanting to learn something else, something new, moving on to something else. And I also feel like there could be some kind of messages coming in for you. But they're asking you, the main thing is that you really need to see the truth in everything. Like, we're trying not to jump to conclusions, or really not to jump into into things quickly. That you need to really see the truth in things, okay? Because maybe that's why you're feeling like this, because you're not really seeing what it is. You're not really seeing it all. And then you have the Three of Swords up here. And why is the Three of Swords here for the what you need to do now? Wow, there's a lot of change coming in for you, so be ready. You've been very hurt. There's something here that's in your mind that playing in your mind constantly. Your emotions are very high. They're very deep. They're like, you're constantly you're in your mind a lot. I could feel the overthinking, because you also have this card here. She's worried. She's overthinking about a lot, what happened, what's going on, the hurt, the heartbreak, the grief that you could be also be going through. But there's change coming in, so just know that, okay? All this is going to get better, but things are going to change for you. But really get out of your mind. Really try to get out of your mind, Cancer, because you need to do that. And then you have the Seven of Pentacles here. And why is the Seven of Pentacles? For what you need to work on. Wow. So, things have changed a lot for you. I feel like they have a lot. There's a lot of things that you're weighing heavy on your shoulders. You're thinking about a lot. Maybe trying to go on a different direction. Also, you do have the Seven of Pentacles here. You start off, and you're really looking at where you want to go and planning on trying to figure out what's your next move. I feel like you're very disconnected from the world. Like, sometimes you just don't want to think about it anymore. Sometimes you just don't want to, deal with things that are going on in your life. And I feel like you're, really need to start focusing on things, because there's a lot of opportunities around here, but it's like, you're not seeing it. You're not seeing it the way you want it. And it's like quickly the way you want it, but it's like you need to have patience, okay? Really have patience for everything, because it is going to come in, but you just need to have that patience. You also have the Ace of Swords here. Really start speaking your truth. I feel like you just need to start speaking about what's on your mind. Start saying what it is that you want to say. Because I feel like with the Ace of Swords here, you have clarity. You know what you want to do. You know what you want to say, but you don't. You don't want to say it. It's like you're holding back on a lot. And it's in your mind, and it's weighing very heavy on your shoulders right now. You can't sleep. You're always thinking about different things. They did this to me. They did that to me. I can't believe this happened. Stuff like that. You really need to really need to start speaking up about something. Okay. And whatever happened, really try to just have that forgiveness. Okay. Because you need that. Whether you're going to go back to this person, or this person has left you, or this person was in your life and they just hurt you really bad, still have that compassion, no matter what. Because if you don't have that compassion and forgiveness, it's gonna stay in your mind constantly. It's gonna continue to eat you up, and that's why they're saying have that compassion and forgiveness, because that's what you need. You do have the Queen of Wands here. Why is the Queen of Wands here? One more card. Wow. So there is some kind of messages coming in, okay? Really, they're asking you to find your strength, to find your courage and the things that you need to do, and stop caring so much about what other people think. It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter. Just keep going forward, and don't lose sight of that. Trust your feelings on how you feel. Also, like, be really honest about how you're doing things and feeling about things, about how everything turned out, because I feel like, sometimes you're looking at how everybody sees you, and you're not really feeling about how you're feeling. Like, you know, you don't want anybody to know, oh well, this person has gone, this person is not here anymore, or this person has hurt me completely, you know, how's this gonna look, you know. It doesn't matter. That's why they're telling you, stop caring so much about what's happening, you know. It's just not nobody's business, it's only yours, you know. And that's what they're saying. Okay. um Trust your feelings, you know. There, I feel like there's could be new opportunities, but I also feel like you need to have that forgiveness. There's messages coming in. Look at things differently, okay? And try to let go of all these emotions that you're holding on to. The frustration, the anger, the sadness, the grief, the, you know, the disappointment. You got to let all that go, you know. Um, and I feel like you just need to find patience. I feel like you need to surrender, like surrender, just let it all go. Like, you know, give it to God and just say, you know what? I don't want to do this no more, and I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to feel frustrated. I don't want to feel angry. I don't want to feel like that. You know, just open my heart and let me have that compassion and forgiveness towards these people that have hurt you. Okay? Wow, that was big. And you will, because I feel like you're leaving all that behind. I feel like you're just going through the motions right now, because we all are. We all are going through something. Everybody thinks that we know, why do they have it better than I do? They don't. They don't. Trust me, they don't. Everybody is going through something. Even I am. So don't think like that. Okay. All right. So Cancer, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. God bless.